In this video, I'll be using one of these, some of these, and one of these. Hello everybody, thank you for tuning back into the channel once again. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content that's probably not going to be like this. But today is a different day, different content, and something different new for the channel. I've got one of these to review. This is the guitar wall hanger from Leketo, and I'm going to review it as well as just make my life a bit better by putting this up on the wall. So recently I've bought more guitars because you can never have too many guitars, right? I've got a new Suhr Telecaster, which is pretty amazing electric guitar, and also a beautiful Taylor 510E acoustic guitar. But I've also run into the problem of not having enough space for any of my guitars, and I'm now at the point where I've got guitars on the floor, kind of just laying around here. Got my Yamaha Pacifica there, and yeah, I've just got too many guitars. I've got the Ampeg back there now, so I've got all of my amps back with me. I've got too much gear and I've got not enough place to store it. So one of the best places to store anything when it comes to guitars is on the wall, because one, they look amazing and it's a great piece of art, and two, it gets it out of the way. Definitely there are some people that, there are probably some negatives to hanging a guitar from its headstock and putting it on the wall, but to be honest, I've run out of space and I just like having guitars on the wall because it's just the best piece of art you can possibly get. And you're so much more likely to just grab it down and play it if it's on the wall. If you're keeping guitars in cases, they're probably not going to get played. You're probably not going to pick them up and use them. You're not going to get comfortable and play with them. So putting it on the wall is the option. That's what's going to happen today. So this will be a kind of semi-vlog, semi-review. You'll get to see me You'll get to see me do some DIY, which will probably not be very professional and probably won't be very good, so just take everything I do with a bit of a pinch of salt. I will probably not do an amazing job, but hopefully by the end of it I'll have a guitar hanger on the wall, and also you'll get an idea of what kind of value you're getting with one of these Leketo guitar hangers. So let's jump into the video, jump into a little bit of an unboxing. Obviously it's out of the box right now, but I'll kind of run through what came with it. And then you'll get to see the mayhem happen. So let's do the unboxing element of this video. The guitar hanger came in this just plain white box, nothing interesting to see here. This, which I've shown you already, so this is the part that attaches to the wall, holes straight through there. This hanger, which slots into this system, so I don't know if you can see it there, but you have these two little interlocking pieces. They go sideways into this hole, and then you just simply push it in and twist, and that locks the hanger in, so that can't now come out. The only way to get it out is to push it back in hard against the wall once it's on, turn it sideways and then pull it back out. But really it's going to live most of its life like that, and you can't get it out without breaking it. It's not going to come out of there. The other bits and pieces that you get in the box are these. So that's just some classic wall plugs, some pretty long screws. Alternative, these ones which are, I believe, made for hollow walls. And you also get this little sticker, which I'd never seen before, but it's quite a cool idea. I believe you just stick it on the wall where you're going to install your hanger. It tells you where you need to put the two holes, and it also tells you the measurements. When it comes to the instruments you can use this hanger, you can use anything pretty much. They're all listed on Leketo's Amazon listing. Anything from folk pop guitar, which is just an acoustic guitar, banjo, bass guitar, ukulele, plenty of different instruments are listed for use with this, so you shouldn't have any problem. When it comes to the price, it's listed at $14.99 here in the UK. I think it's about the same in dollars. That actually makes it more expensive than the Hercules stands, which are kind of the main known brand for this kind of a hanger. But you can also apply a 10% discount on the Amazon website. You click the apply 10% voucher. So that brings it down to about $13.50 if my maths are correct. So that should give you an idea of what to expect when you go and find this online. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Now let's get on with it, and I'll do the bit that I'm dreading, start doing some DIY, and hopefully there are no crises. So let's see. So the first thing I've got to decide is where I'm going to put the hanger. I have a couple of ideas. As you can see, I've been doing some treatment and installing treatment around the room in the back there. You can see for just acoustic treatment. And I want to keep that in mind with what I'm doing. I don't want to put the hanger in the way of kind of the direction of the speakers. So which way am I going? I'm going that way. So it's kind of hard doing this backwards. This bit of wall here was my original thought, because it's near, so I can just reach across and grab it. As you can see, the computer and stuff's down there. Yeah, the original plan was to put it here, so I can just grab whatever guitar it is needed. But I think I'm going to go for it and put it over here. I've got my other basses down here, as you can see, pedals on the wall. I think here is the best place to go for now, because it won't interact with anything at that end of the room when it comes to speakers, no weird reflections. Hopefully, it won't be too vulnerable to any kind of vibration sympathetically. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of haphazardly decide whether the instruments are going to fit or not. So I'm going to try and, probably don't do this at home if you do this, place the hanger about there. That should work absolutely fine. It's just tall enough that it doesn't hit the keyboard below, and it should come on and off easily enough. One thing I will say, it is nice that it doesn't give too much when it comes to the hanger. You just, as soon as you get it on, it pretty much locks in place. The other thing to note is that the hanger automatically changes its orientation. So as you can see there, it's now not straight, in order to match with the headstock on the guitar. So that is a great little feature. Now I've double checked that that fits, I'm gonna grab the sticker and put it on the wall. So there we go, the sticker is now on the wall. And the next step really is to get drilling. Okay, so here we go, here's the moment of truth. Let's get this up on the wall. This is my Taylor 510E acoustic, and locks straight in, no problems. The angle's not quite perfect, I would say, but it's not too bad in terms of adapting to the headstock. That sits nicely, bangs a little bit on that edge of that panel, but it's soft, so not too much of an issue. Let's try a bass up there now as well. To go, I'll grab my Fender P bass that you guys are no doubt familiar with. Hopefully this won't be a you've been for a moment. Hopefully it will stay on, not drop off the hanger. There we go. Little bit of sag as you put it on, but I think that's fine. I think I'm just terrified. All good. Locks on nicely. Bit of a close up here. Good angles, I think. Nice angle across there, as you can see with the headstock. And yeah, just does the job. A good amount of clearance as well away from the wall. Gives you plenty of distance, which I think is useful because if, like me, you've got other things on the wall, it allows them to sit away. So I can, for instance, put one of these between sound panels if I need to, and that'll allow me to still be able to put instruments on the wall whilst those panels don't protrude too far. Whilst I've got one here, I thought I'd make the comparison with the Hercules stand. So the Hercules, as you can see here, this is just a standard floor stand. But as you lift the guitar up, it's quite a long way before the locks engage. So it's quite that hang there, that kind of moment there where it's kind of free falling a little bit, which with the Legato stand you don't get on the Legato stand in comparison. You simply pop it up on there, straight in. Hardly any movement before the locks engage, which I think is a little bit safer. So credit to Legato for that. So there we go. As you can see, the guitar stand is up behind me, not falling off the wall. Works perfectly well with acoustic guitar, works well with bass guitar, any guitar you want to put there will be fine, I would imagine. I'd probably advise against 6-string bass guitars, both on the account of their weight, and I think the nut width would be just a little bit too wide for a wall hanger. I used to occasionally wall hang my Yamaha TLB 6P2, and that had a huge wide nut width, and that used to kind of be a bit iffy getting in and out of stands. So I'd probably advise against doing that. But it's up, works well. As I said, a little bit higher priced than the Hercules stuff. Maybe a little bit safer. I think that smaller amount of travel is a little bit more comforting. Overall, I think most of these products are much of a muchness. But I will say that the sticker was incredibly useful. I did enjoy that. That actually meant that I lied in the intro and never used this because it was pre-measured. Just able to stick that on the wall. And that made life really simple. Also nice to have the extra fittings even though they didn't get used. I'm going to use these later on for attaching a soundproofing cloud above me. But yeah, great to see those fixtures and fittings. Maybe worth it given how simple it makes the process. Overall, I think it's well worth getting the guitar up on the wall. It's given me a little bit more space. I feel a little bit less claustrophobic, and just means I'm going to be looking after my guitars better than having them lying about, laying up against things. It's much safer to have them up on a wall on a proper hanger than it is lying against an amp or something like that. And if you've got guitars in cases, I really highly recommend just popping them up on a stand, or again on a wall stand, because it means you're going to play them more often, you can get more value out of your instruments, and they're just lovely to look at and have around. So I really enjoy that element of having stuff wall mounted. So that's about it from me for this video. Thank you for sticking with me and sticking through the average amateur DIY skills. If you want to buy this product, the link to the product will be in the description below. That'll be an Amazon affiliates link, so I'll get a little bit of commission at no cost to you. My Instagram will be linked below me right now. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.